Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I am such a huge fan of ammonites. If you've been with me a while, you will know. Well, I've had some new molds sent over to me by Chris from Red Hot Moulds. Chris is Resin Ace on YouTube. Many of you, I'm sure, will have followed his channel. And oh my gosh, guys. I know I've used these molds before. I've bought some myself, but a lot of them were sent to me by Chris to use on my channel. Now, again, he has an Etsy, so Red Hot Moulds on Etsy. I'll link it below. So Chris has not only sent me the large ammonite mold, which I've recently purchased myself as well, so now I have two and I'm very excited. He's also sent me some more ammonite inlays and another double medium ammonite. But guys, this is the one I'm so excited about. This is brand new. This is a brand new launch, brand new mold. So many in one mold. These are teeny tiny itty bitty little ammonites and they are so precious. The tiny ones are literally just measuring like a centimetre across. Absolutely perfect for earrings. In fact, none of these are massive, so I reckon you could get every single one of these into an earring quite happily. But the tiny ones just made my heart so happy. That is the mold we're using today. Now, I've done ammonites on my channel before. I know I have many times. But yeah, I was excited to try this because it's a brand new mold. Now, I am using the chameleon powders that were recently sent to me from Wendy at Toonfish Crafts. These are the speciality, Wendy's 6 favourite colours chameleon powders, but I'm not just using these. You can use anything. So I'm using these. I'm also using mica powder. Any chameleon powder will work. Anything you want to use will work. So yeah, but first up, I'm using the colours from Wendy at Toonfish Crafts. These are going to be very much Wendy colours as well, even though I'm not just using Wendy's powders from the Tiny Turner. I'm going to be using some silver mica powder because, oh my gosh, guys, there's nothing that screams like jewellery more than a silver ammonite hanging around the neck. Like, how beautiful. Imagine this mould, but with silver clay. Silver clay. If you guys watched me, how many years ago? I want to say 5 years ago on my channel, I talked about silver clay and the fact that I really wanted to try it one day. And I now have some. I have some silver clay. Chippy from Chippy Doodle Crafts has sent me over a huge box of jewellery making stuff. And that includes silver clay, bronze clay, copper clay and gold clay. Something along those lines. It's a box filled with yummies. And I cannot wait to try it, so thank you to Chippy. I'm going to be trying it for the first time with this mould because I just feel like if I'm going to go down the route of silver clay, then it has to be ammonites, doesn't it? Ammonites or little stars or starfish or something along those lines. But anyway, back to the video. Just imagine this mould with silver clay is all I was going to say. Is all I was saying. I just think it's gorgeous. So yeah, just dusting the mould again, using these kind of like purples and pinks and silvers. Now at this point I thought I definitely want like 3 pairs of earrings. So I want 3 matchy colours. The rest don't really matter. Like I can just think about what I want to do when it comes. But at this point the 3 smallest ammonites are definitely going to be earrings at this point. That's all I really knew. Again, you could make up so many of these and just put them all in one mould, make an ammonite coaster, make an ammonite inlay bookmark, a tray, like whatever mould you're using, you don't have to just use these to make earrings. You could make a ton of little miniature ammonites in like a sandstone coloured jesmonite or eco pouring medium and then put them into a much larger mould and make it look like an archaeology dig. You know what I mean? Like you've just gone down to the beach and you're finding a ton of ammonites in a rock formation. You know, you can really build it up and cluster them and make it almost like a 3D mixed media piece. Possibilities, guys. Possibilities are endless. I'm going to be using the Let's Resin alongside some black liquid pigment to create my black resin. Now, this is just going to help all of these powders really pop. And that's all I've got to say. Now, someone mentioned on a recent video, like, what I did with this cup, they're going to do it from now on. These little plastic mixing cups, they come with a handle and they come with a spout. But so many of you told me, and it was years ago, like 2 to 3 years ago, so many of you said, Claire, use the handle as the spout. So I've got you guys to thank for that. And now, since I've been doing it, I've inspired other people to do it. So guys, I can only say thank you to those who told me about it a couple of years ago. Like, using the handle as the spout, total game changer, makes these cups actually usable. Because that tiny little spout, it's almost defunct. Like, why is it there? The handle, pinch it, really pinch it, turn it into a spout, and Bob's your uncle. So much easier. But yeah, I'm going really slowly here, just making sure that I don't overfill. I didn't make up too much resin, so again, I want to make sure I've got enough for each and every one of the molds, but equally resin shrinks back. So I don't want to underfill to the point where they'll shrink back and be sharp on the edges. I want to just like dome them, ever so slightly dome them, so that when they do shrink back, they'll be nice and level, or if slightly domed. That's kind of the look you're kind of going for. A couple of them I overfilled way too much, and then you can just use your pipette. But yeah, I did have a bit of leftover resin that went into a separate mould. This is the next day. It's time to demould. Now, all I'm doing here is cleaning the surface first. I'm using some isopropyl alcohol just to spray the surface, and I'm using a wet wipe. And that's purely because if I don't do this, that chameleon powder, that excess chameleon powder and mica powder and that silver powder will go all over my hands. So yeah, best to get rid of it first. Now, before we demould, this is just the easiest way to do it, because these things are so tiny and so fiddly, and oh my goodness me, do it before you demould and you're good to go. I'm going to use some Mitre Bond super glue to actually stick down my earring attachments. So my studs, I've got some earring studs, and I'm using the tiniest dot of super glue, and then I'm getting the stud and I'm rubbing the stud with the activator, and then flipping the stud upside down and pinning it down onto my ammonite earring before I demould. I just feel like it's going to be so much easier doing it this way than demolding and trying to keep everything steady, right? At the moment, it's all steady in the mold. Just let it live, let it be that way. Fully recommend doing it this way, because wow, what a difference. Like, usually my brain would just automatically demold, and then I'd be fiddling around trying to get everything straight and lined up, and what ag. Keeping it in the mold, totally different ball game. So yeah, teeny tiny dab of that super glue, rubbing the stud. I'm trying to think of the name. Is that the right word? Earring finding stud thing. Rubbing that on the activator and pushing it down into the super glue. It goes off immediately, sets immediately. It's so easy. And yeah, really happy. Now, if you're wondering what's happened to my tweezers, I don't know. Like, I don't know if some point some paper got stuck to them. I don't know what I did, but yeah, they are quite messy. I'll give you that. They are quite messy. Now, once I've stuck down these studs onto the backs, I am going to use minimal, absolutely minimal Let's Resin UV resin. I've put some in a little cup here. I'm holding the cup fully with my gloved hand so that the UV rays don't attack it too much. I'm using so little that I'm not too concerned, to be honest. I'm literally just using a cocktail stick to get a little bit of UV resin down over those backs, over those studs, and cover the backs of the earrings so that when we do finally demold, they're fully secure. They're not going anywhere, not unless you take a chisel or a Stanley blade and you start carving at the backs. Like, that's the only way these backs are going to come apart. But yeah, worked really, really well. It worked really, really well. I haven't got too much room to play with on these backs, so I didn't want to go in with the bottle and the nozzle and then risk like spilling over everywhere. So again, just using the UV resin light from Let's Resin, the portable one, total game changer. I'm loving it. I literally can't imagine using anything else at this point. This is what we're looking like. I think they look so neat, and because I didn't put too much UV resin on the back, they're really quite neat and quite together, and I really love that. So yeah, demold time, and oh my gosh, they're so dainty. They're so cute and so dainty and so pretty. Now, of course, the mold is matte, so we're gonna get a matte result. If you want a shiny glossy result, then it's definitely worth giving them a dry rub, not a dry rub because it's wet, using a gloved hand with the smallest amount of resin and just rubbing all over the top with your gloved hand and just letting them cure then. But yeah, matte, I'm loving the fact that they're matte. But yeah, earring pair number 1 is done. Silver is stunning, absolutely stunning, which makes me think of silver clay and how I cannot wait to try it. It's getting hot. The UK, I think next week we're expecting to reach like 27, 28, 29, even 30 degrees next week. So there's no way I'm going to be up in my craft room. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I might even have a gap on my channel or do something that I can do downstairs. But yeah, this is what they're looking like. I absolutely love the silver. It's just gorgeous. Now the backs on these. This was a kit I got from Amazon. It's a jewellery finding kit. It comes with everything. The plastic clear rubber backs are big. They're absolutely massive. You do have much smaller ones in the kit, much more appropriate for the size of the actual stud. However, using gloved hands, they were really, really fiddly. So I've just used the massive ones just for today's video. But the colours are stunning. They've all come out so, so beautiful. I'm so in love with how like they're so detailed as well. There's not a millimetre out of place on any of these. Again, not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I'm not an affiliate with Red Hot Moulds. I am not paid any money at all to give my opinion or share this video. I'm simply a friend we're friends. Chris and myself are friends, and he likes to send me every now and again. He'll send me a mould that he's made, and for that I am eternally grateful, because look at these teeny tiny ammonites. Aren't they just precious, guys? Love this set. I mean, they're just itty bitty dinky, guys. Imagine these on rings. Oh my goodness, I've never made a ring before. But I know you can get like bezel rings, and maybe these would work on them. I don't know. Let me know if you've ever made a ring. But imagine these on a ring, like how stunning that would be. Now the rest I'm just gonna whack out of the mould. I've decided that these are all going to now be necklace pendants, right? They're necklaces at this point. And we're not gonna focus too much time on creating these, but I will show you one, because honestly, I don't know what happened this day. Most of my filming was completely off screen. Happens to all of us, and I'm sorry, but that's all I can say. Now I use my go-to jewellery drill. This is a USB operated jewellery drill, and it's got a teeny tiny fine drill bit on it, just enough to drill some kind of pilot hole to allow your eyelets to go down. Now these are screw eyelets that I'm then going to screw into the ammonite, and yeah, this is where I went a little bit off screen. I realised I was off screen, so I come back on screen, and I'm like, oh no, get in centre, get in centre. I came back on screen, and then went off screen again, because where your head is and where your camera is sometimes two completely different places, and you really should be vigilant at all times, but who is? I'm not. So yeah, you get the gist. I screwed the eyelet into the ammonite, and then I attached a jump ring to the ammonite, and through the jump ring I put in some faux leather rope, and this is what we've got. It is absolutely gorgeous as a set. Like, this is absolutely perfect for a gift idea if you are a craft market stall holder. Absolutely perfect for little gifts, you know, earrings and necklace sets. And this is where I decided to just put it into a plastic sleeve, just to show you what it would look like as a as a professional. I never use that word when I talk about myself, but yeah, this is what it would look like if you really packaged them up nicely with even different packaging. Just had them all on your market stall looking super, super cute. Like, how cute is this for a little gift idea? And then I went on and proceeded to drill the rest, mostly off screen. So I decided to just cut it all out. You know what I mean? I used the drill. I drilled the hole, put the screw eyelet in. This is what we're looking like. I absolutely love this set here. I decided to put two necklaces on one. So we've got a large ammonite, well, medium-ish, small, and then really small. And two necklaces, two different colour purple ropes, and then the earrings to match. Like, how cute does it look? The silver is stunning. The necklace and the earrings to match, so beautiful. But that first set, that teeny tiny set, like, oh gosh, I just love them. The ones in the middle, they're so small. I absolutely love them. This is the mould. It is totally worth getting, and I know Chris probably doesn't want me talking about prices. Like, I never talk about prices really, but Chris's moulds, guys, are so reasonable. Like, you only have to look at his Etsy to know how reasonable his molds are priced compared to some. Get this mold if you can. I'm not affiliated. I won't earn money if you do. But guys, highly recommend, because look at these. They're so, so cute. Thank you so much to Chris for sending this over to me, and to Red Hot Moulds. And guys, if you've never watched Resin Ace's videos on YouTube, the videos are still there, so go support him, go watch them. Thanks again for the molds. Cannot wait to use the rest, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.